Hey there, hi there, it's me, Priscilla B, and welcome, Collective, to the Lionsgate Portal Dream Tarot reading that I'm going to be doing for you. So, real quick, the Lionsgate Portal basically, um, this is a gateway to cosmic energy. Every year, the Lionsgate Portal marks the time of cosmic alignment when the Sun in Leo joins forces with the bright star Sirius, the Orion's belt, and Earth. This alignment is believed to bring a surge of spiritual energy, offering heightened intuition, deep transformation, and powerful manifestation potential. The 2025 Lionsgate portal will be especially significant as it coincides with planetary movements, making it a time of rapid evolution, both personal and collective. While some will experience breakthrough, others might feel overwhelmed by the intense frequency shifts. I know that's me for sure. Understanding how this energy interacts with your zodiac and Chinese astrology sign can help you make the most of this portal. So, the Lionsgate portal is a celestial event that occurs when the Sun in Leo aligns with Sirius, often called the spiritual sun. Sirius is one of the brightest and most powerful stars in our sky, associated with wisdom, divine consciousness, and accelerated spiritual growth. In ancient Egyptian and historic traditions, Sirius Sirius. I think it's Sirius, yeah. Like from Harry Potter. Reappearance signaled the rising of the Nile, a time of renewal and abundance. Today, many believe that during this portal, our connection to higher realms is strengthened, allowing spiritual downloads, intuitive visions, and major energetic shifts. This period is particularly potent for those working on self development as it enhances clarity, courage, and personal power. It's also an opportunity to release past burdens and step into a new cycle of purpose and success. The Lions Portal does happen every year. Uh, it opens annually, creating a cosmic gateway for increased consciousness. However, while it is occurring, its intensity fluctuates, okay, influenced by planetary transits and collective energy shifts. Some years may feel like a gentle push forward, while others, like 2025, carry a more urgent call for transformation. I can definitely hear that call. Okay, I definitely got that call from the universe. So the Lionsgate Portal 2025 will be most active from July 26th to August 12th, with its peak energy occurring on August 8th. 8 8. Okay, that's the significance there. The number 8 is deeply symbolic, representing infinity, balance, and empowerment. During this period, the energy is most potent 3 days before and after August 8th, making it an ideal time for setting intentions for personal and spiritual growth, practicing meditation to connect with higher frequencies, letting go of limiting beliefs and embracing new possibilities, enhancing intuition through divination or deep self reflection. And the symptoms of this portal opening, it brings in an influx of high frequency energy. Many experience symptoms related to energetic shifts. These may include increased intuition and psychic sensitivity, vivid dreams or symbolic visions. I've had those myself. Emotional highs and lows. As old energies clear, fatigue or restlessness due to energetic recalibration, head pressure or tingling sensations in the forehead, third eye activation. Alrighty. Now, challenge and protection. Well, do you want some bagel bites? Want some bagel bites? All right. So, uh, yeah, bagel bites are good. Anyways, I obviously love food. I have my own YouTube channel now. I just started Priscilla B Taste, so check that out if you're a foodie like me. There's only a few videos right now, but anyways, it's still good stuff. So basically, yeah, we have this Lionsgate portal that's been opened. I mean, I know it's been opened. I've been like, whoa, like this thing's opened up big time. But anyways, so we have like this sense of overwhelming, strong energy shifts, sleep disturbance, vivid, intense dreams, feeling disconnected, heightened sensitivity with emotions. So in order to stay balanced and grounded, you can spend time in nature. Meditating and working with protective stones such as tiger's eye and black tourmaline can be beneficial. Okay. Um, a lot of good stuff is happening with this portal now being opened. Look, for instance, you have the Magician. I mean, there's not a better sign from this universe, from this portal opening, that the Magician is like there waiting for you. When once the portal has been opened, the Magician is waiting there to greet you, sort of like Dumbledore greeting Harry Potter, right? At the end of a very long journey. And I feel like that's what's happening for you right now at this time. Is like there is someone greeting you. It could be, a lion. It could be, this old man here that's wise and has a lot of wisdom. So I'm going to read for you the energy of the Magician and what its meaning is. Okay, and I'm reading from the Tarot of Dreams guidebook for you. Okay, so here's your Magician energy card. Okay, you can see here that this energy has a very specific message for you. Education, training, knowledge, common sense, opportunities, translating thoughts and plans into action. As the fool embarks on his voyage, the first personage he encounters is a magician. As soon as we are born, our minds immediately begin processing sensory input, drawing conclusions about it, and learning from it. And it is this function that the magician represents. In the languages of archetypes, he is the wise old man, variations of which we will encounter in a few different cards. As a magician, he is the teacher, the mentor who gives invaluable advice. As we set out on our individual quest in a reading, the magician can represent a person who performs this function in our lives. On a more personal level, we rely on our inner magician to help us learn new skills and abilities and to recognize opportunities. Often this happens on such a deep level that the realization or learning seems to come in a flash of inspiration, as if a real live magician had zapped it into our heads. And that's one way to begin to approach the Tarot of Dreams. Magician. His sphere of power illuminates for us the four suit symbols, signifying different approaches to a problem. To problem solving. Lightning crackles around the sphere, illustrating the very flash of inspiration that seems to leap into our minds just when we are at wit's end. His eyes are tired and kind, yet they also display a steely determination to shepherd the recalcitrant student toward the insights that await, if only we can apply the will and self-discipline needed to attain them. The four suit symbols, wand, cup, sword, and coin, symbolize different ways of perception, or different methods of action. Wands alert us to take an active role, to be creative, and to forge ahead despite difficulties. Cups murmur to us to consider others' feelings and to examine our own, and to take an intuitive approach. Swords propose that we analyze the situation, and coins tell us that we need to consider the consequences to our actions. The material results that we will be left with. Any situation will require a combination of some or all of these modes of action, and the magician, whether as another person or as our own inner faculties, can help us choose the right mixture for the job. The necessity to be flexible in choosing one suit energy over another and combining them according to the task at hand is shown by the pink infinity symbol, the sideways 8, floating between the suit symbols. Like the shape of the symbol itself, we must be able to bend and twist our approach as circumstances change. This theme will reappear in more depth in the Temperance card. The infinity symbol also tells us that the ability to learn from our mistakes and to find inspiration is always with us, even in the darkest times. The magician's throne sits on a stone disc, which floats above the clouds, showing us that he is not grounded in any particular place or time. On an inner level, we can always learn from our surroundings and circumstances and devise new ways of dealing with them. On an outer level, our capacity to learn from a teacher or mentor does not stop at childhood, but can be invoked at any time, no matter our age, whenever we meet someone who knows something we would like to learn. The floating disc also reminds us to avoid being too set in our ways and to remember the flexibility and adaptability needed in order to fully implement the magician's teachings. In his hands, he holds a long staff topped with a complicated curling design. If the curls are seen as snakes, then the staff is reminiscent of the caduceus, which is an ancient Greek symbology represents a herald. The magician could certainly be seen as a herald, bringing us a word of conclusions, okay, reached by subconscious processes in our minds. The caduceus is also a common symbol for Hermes, messenger god of the ancient Greeks. All right. So, um, yeah, I mean, the magician is like really like right there at the gates portal, just like you opens it up. Now you got the magician energy, whom the Romans called Mercury. Mercury is the astrological symbol assigned to the magician. In this and many other decks in astrology, the planet Mercury symbolizes communication and the actions of the mind. Hermes also serves as a guide of souls or psychopomp who, upon our deaths, escorts us to the afterlife. This theme is echoed in several examples of the wise old man teacher archetype in popular culture, where at the end of the quest, the teacher reappears to guide his former student to a new plane of existence. Okay, the Hebrew letter here means Beth. It symbolizes Beth, means house. The magician allows us to begin building a rudimentary mental dwelling from which we can observe and learn from the world. Astrology. Mercury is a planet of thinking and communicating. Okay, so there is a magician energy that you are learning a lot from. Okay, especially with when it comes to communicating and better communication. I think the key to understanding Lionsgate Portal and the energy that is being received is that, you know, it's a message. You're getting literally like getting a message. You're getting a download here. And if you have a lot going on in your life, it can be very overwhelming, that energy at first, and might not exactly know how to process it the right way. But there is, that's the thing though about the magician, is there is no like right way or correct way. It's how you receive the message and how you perceive the message. And that's really the key to understanding and unlocking the portal to begin with. So if you've already unlocked it, within yourself, if you've already tapped into it, then you already know what the message is. Okay? But we're going to get to that, all right? So in just a second. So here we have the message from the magician and the lesson that is clearly being taught to at this time. Okay, so we have the Emperor energy here. Fatherhood and the fathering principle, authority, laws and regulations, social and government institutions, social responsibility, tyranny. On the Emperor card, we see a dream city complete with buildings, towers, and avenues lined with trees. Looming over the city is a powerful male figure who holds two scepters. Each of these is topped with a glowing spiral, which shows us the object of his allegiance and also the ultimate source of his power, the regenerative power of life itself. We can also deduce this from the sun-like spheres atop the spirals and from the sunburst pattern on his breastplate. The Emperor is quite a solid-looking figure, yet at the same time he seems a bit unreal, almost as if he is being projected onto the night sky from the city below. Thus, he doesn't really represent one specific person as much as he does a concept. The Emperor is a graphic and archetypal representation of the civic functions of society. The Emperor asks us to examine the role of power in our lives. How effective are we in dealing, as we all must, with institutions and powerful people? In what parts of our own lives are we exerting appropriate power, and in which areas are we abdicating our proper roles through a reluctance to use power? As we all know, power can be misused. The laws can be biased. The institutions can be self serving. The army can engage in wars whose sole purpose is to increase the size of the army. In the end, a nation can be reduced to a barren wasteland if the emperor goes too far. Likewise, in our own lives, we can become tyrannical or dictatorial or allow others to wield this power over us. On a deeper level, we must acknowledge that power is neither all good nor all evil, but is always a mixture of the two. The military action that protects the public also results in civilian casualties. To be a leader is to perpetually make judgments about who or what should benefit and who or what should be sacrificed. But a leader's role is not simply to increase the power of the powerful. He or she is also a steward for the powerless and vulnerable. As the Emperor of the Tarot Dream holds out its scepters of power to us, he seems to be encouraging us to take a hold of and use our own power and to carefully consider the ramifications of that use. The Hebrew letter He means window, just as a landscape appears more ordered and organized when seen through a window. So the emperor sees the potential for organization and structure in all things. Astrology Aries is the sign of pioneers who venture into untamed territory in order to impose civilization and structure. And that is the wise teachings of the magician. It's this emperor energy, okay? You are being allowed to see into a window or a portal, whatever, however you want to make it into a metaphor for yourself. Um, you know, you are being shown here the truth. You are seeing the truth here. And that is what the magician is telling you in its infinite wisdom. Okay, also, I like how it's the color pink. I love the color pink. It's like my all-time favorite color. But anyways, moving on with that. But yeah, like the emperor, it's neither like male or female. It's what is needed and necessary to make a society and a whole and a group um, feel safe and feel protected, because there is abuse of power. We know that. We see that in society all the time. We see that happening right now in politics and government. It's our system is breaking down. We're seeing a breakdown of a failed system because people want to have their own agendas met. They want to stay in power, and that's time to step aside, and your time is up, right? But they don't want to believe that. Okay. Regardless of that, though, like there is this energetic shift happening. There is this portal happening. There is there is this entirely new order. I feel like, um, yeah. So that being said, okay, you know that with this new energetic shift, with this portal opening, lots of new changes are happening, and I feel like you are really like on the right path here when it comes to your spiritual growth and your understanding here. And the portal isn't even just about spiritual growth; it's about understanding why you need to go through certain things. Remember, psychopop, it's like you need to go through the death. You need to go through the transformation. You need to go through the portal. Okay? So it is scary. It is a new beginning, but I feel like there's so much more excitement around it, especially with the emperor there guiding you, protecting the vulnerable, protecting those who can't protect themselves, such as like children, you know, um, there are people who they can't protect themselves, right? They need an emperor's strength to protect them. Okay, and I feel like you are gaining that clarity, you are gaining that responsibility and that understanding of what that means. And of course it's going to be overwhelming at first, but I think in the end it's ultimately going to lead to you and your success. And we even have here the Lover's card. So walking through this portal and accepting it and embracing it and moving into it, I think it's really actually what it's going to do for you. It is going to bring about soulmate connection. It is going to bring about more love in your life, even the possibility of a romantic relationship, the possibility of falling in love. I don't think it's just about being on your own per se, in the fact that you aren't with somebody who loves you, but you obviously love yourself here a lot, but I do feel like it's drawing you in. There's a light that's drawing you in, and maybe that's what this emperor is protecting here, is this connection as well. Because when you're in a relationship with somebody, you do have to be very vulnerable. It does open you up to having to be vulnerable and trusting that person. Um, so, yeah, let's see here, this Lover's card. Okay, so it says here, a relationship of any kind, or specifically a love relationship, sharing one's viewpoint with another, successfully or unsuccessfully, revealing vulnerabilities, a partially revealed mystery, attraction of opposites. Having assembled the building blocks of his personality in the previous cards, the Fool is now ready for the final piece that enables him to interact with others in the terror of dreams. That interaction is symbolized by an intimate pair of lovers. Of course, the entire gamut of relationships may be referred to, not just romance. I do think this is romance, though. I think this portal has opened you up to the possibilities of believing, anyway, in romance and falling in love. Any situation in which two or more people are dealing with each other can be represented by this card. A love relationship is used to illustrate this concept because a love affair encompasses all the tendencies and feelings that occur in any human relationship, but in a heightened and more dramatic way. Thus, all the small and large kindnesses, sacrifices, petty jealousies, and insecurities that characterize a platonic friendship, uh, businesses, relationships are magnified in a romance. Any sharing of oneself with another can be painful. We're forced to consider someone else's point of view rather than our own. But each time we do so, we emerge with a broadened consciousness and a deeper and more sophisticated worldview. On this card, we see the eponymous lovers um, in a scene of physical intimacy. They do not look at each other. Both the woman's and the man's eyes are closed. Thus, even though they are pressed together, there is still a barrier between them. No matter how close two people may feel, they still have two separate minds locked away inside two different heads. And thus, there will always be a barrier between them, which they can never breach. The story of human relationship is imbued with heroism because despite these barriers, we still manage to work with, like, and love each other. While the wall cannot be breached, it can be transcended, and this is the miracle and the potency of the human condition. The lovers are nude. Nudity itself can symbolize being honest with each other, the naked truth, exposing one's vulnerabilities and dropping one's defenses. Again, this need not to relate to an amorous relationship. In a business relationship, for example, it could simply refer to the two parties being honest and above board with each other. Our lovers are seen through a diaphanous curtains being blown, opened by a breeze. The seed of our or heart of a relationship, particularly a love relationship, is difficult to examine in strictly rational terms. The mystery of love is just that, a mystery. We can appreciate it, talk about it, use it as inspiration for art, be thankful for the sense of grace it bestows upon our lives, but at a certain point we must let the gauzy curtains close back over it so that we don't chase it away to get all together. Through the window, we can barely see the beginning of dawn breaking. Day and night are opposites, and any relationship must contain a certain amount of opposition in order to succeed. The attraction of opposites is a cliche, but a true one. Even when two people seem to be very similar, there are always differences under the surface to provide depth and an opportunity for growth. There are 6 lit candles shown on the card. The couple has lit these candles as a way of creating a sacred space for themselves. To the more spiritually inclined, the candles could represent divine grace, a generous blessing upon the couple from a higher reality. Traditional tarot decks show an angel hovering above the couple, and the same set of associations could apply to the small warm pools of light created by the candle flames. The Hebrew letter Zayd means sword. The sword represents that aspect of human relationships that always maintain a barrier between any two people, so that complete union, which seems always in reach, is never quite attained. Astrology, Gemini is a sign of communication between people, of understanding the relationship between things. And that's really also what the window is showing you. It's showing you, like, this is what your future looks like if you want to walk through the portal. Yes, this could be you, divine feminine, divine masculine. The message I'm getting is that I feel like this is you and your person. I think you and your person, um, like, you're meant to find them. They're meant to find you. I don't think you have to go searching for them or they have to go searching for you. I think what happens is that we take a chance that looking through the window at the possibility of the future is endless. It's infinite. It's never just one thing. I do think there is a need to believe and manifest something real, but I don't think you have to, like, go looking much further. I think you're already being shown this person and they see you, and it's like through the portal that you see each other. And I think that's what this Lionsgate Portal is all about. It's all about you seeing yourself through your person's eyes and them seeing you through their eyes, and it being like you both see each other mutually the same respective way. There's no like hatred here. It's all just love and light, pure love and light here for this relationship. And it's a beautiful connection. So that's my reading for you. Love and light always. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye.